secondary and you're flying up. Great job understanding. The guy's already kind of slowing down a little bit, but where do I put my head? I put my head on the football, get my hand on the football. Those guys, those DBs from LSU really understanding that, flying up, making the big play.
The offense lining up for a first down play. He's going to pass. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Short throw to the sideline is complete, and he's out of bounds. He'll be short of the first down.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Oh, what a move! They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains, and the screen pass is effective.
And they executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held on to it. He let the rush get to him. Offensive lineman got out in position, and the running back sold it too. Once he had the ball in his hands, he just had blockers and green field out in front of him. They pick up an explosive play on a running back screen.
This series dates back to 1895. One of the odd things, guys, is historically the visiting teams have had a lot of success.
And these fans don't like each other. Man, you can feel the hate, the hostility. Both programs so talented, recruited at a high level. These teams have even rematched for a national championship before, Palmer. These two teams are ballers.
And this is a game, too, David, that everybody circles on the calendar at the start of the season. We all know that conference championship, national championship, Heisman Trophy implications are on the line. And the intensity level in this game, it's simply unmatched in college football.
And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. On fourth down, they'll pass for it. Makes the grab, and it's plenty for the first down. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. Fourth down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it. But when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be second and inches coming up.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down. The Tigers want to move quickly. Might as well give it to him again. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Got stuffed on first down. It's second and 10. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Maybe a 3-yard pickup there, third and long coming up.
Now that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Flushed out of the pocket. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. And they can't make the connection on third down. On fourth and 7, analytics, gut feel, or maybe just wanting to keep the offense out there. They'll go for it. And it's going to be batted down. They'll turn it over on downs.
And those fourth down stops are so huge for momentum to turn the ball back to your offense. Great pass defense, seeing the ball, breaking on it, swatting it down so the receiver couldn't make a play. Nice job by this defense.
They got nothing on the last play. It's second and 10. And a lot of thrillers in the history of this series, but last year wasn't one as the Tide rolled easily.
It was a beatdown, and it was replayed over and over on the TVs all throughout the facility. LSU and Jesse had a year to think on that.
It sure did, and that Crimson Tide blowout was big on the recruiting trail, too. These are two programs that are consistently competing for the same five-star athletes across the board. That's a big reason why this game means so much.
Alabama will get the first down.
And that's so tough as a defense because they only got to get inches. But I got to find a way to somehow get a knockback, stop the running back's feet. Right there, I couldn't do it. He gets downhill just enough, and he gets the first down.
It's a good job, too, there on third down by the offense because a major statistic in football in terms of winning and losing is how good are you at staying on the field, keeping drives alive. Whether it's third and long or third and inches, you just have to go execute, and they do it.
A cornerstone of the Alabama program really throughout history has been be physical, establish a running game.
Great running backs. I mean, not only are you recruiting great players in the offensive line and skill and all over the place, but so many great backs that you can name off the top of your head that played at Alabama, that ran it with an edge, that ran it physical, that always represented that style. And you can see Alabama, they're always going to do this. They're going to establish the run.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Got him looking run. He wants to throw. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
And when you get this far behind the chains and it's a guaranteed passing situation, defensive linemen go to work. That's what we do. We want to get sacks. We want to rush the quarterback, especially in known situations like this. That's
going to take a shot at this DB. And this is hauled in at the 20-yard line. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one. The tackle is finally made. The Tide with the 1st and 10. Power football with the run. Headed to the end zone. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Alabama!
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Gentlemen, it has gone final in that top 25 matchup we've been keeping a close eye on. Penn State is going to enjoy the trip back to Happy Valley after a rock-solid performance. And you take care of business on the road, and you stack wins there in Beaver Stadium, and suddenly it's quite the resume. Each week in college football, the tests are just so tough, and we found that out again today, guys, with another ranked team going down.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. They get him down after he makes a catch.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack, once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job for him today.
He maybe gets a yard. They'll mark him at the 29.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise. Backing this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. The throw to the outside is complete. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. From the gun, the running back looking for room. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. And the Tigers will hustle to the line. He'll run it again. They stop him cold. Maybe gets a yard to the 34.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn. And they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
On 3rd down, going up top. He's right on target. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch.
There's a reason third down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at third down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
Looking to go up top on first down. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
And that inside linebacker showing you the speed and the recognition. He saw a gap and saw a crease and a free path to the quarterback, and woo, he took it.
The play action fake. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. And they've converted their first 2 third down opportunities, but a third and long is a different animal. He's looking downfield to throw. Complete in the middle. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42.
Nice play design on that one. You make it easy for your quarterback, too, because it's easy to see what's happening right in front of you. Over the middle of the field, you can see where defenders are dropping. You can see where the soft spots are in zone coverage. And just a really nice job by the QB locating his guy and making an accurate throw.
After trying the running game, let's see if they do it again on second down. He's looking to throw. Sends it downfield. Oh, what a grab by the defense. Trying to take it back. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing they needed to create takeaways to try to gain as much momentum as they could. Really nice interception on that play. Great job with the eyes by the defender there picking that up.
Keeps the legs moving. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
Looking to pass on second down. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
They were all over him, nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster. The offense in its own end still needing a couple of yards for the first down, but they'll stay out there and go for it on fourth. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. Alabama pushing the tempo. Trying to find his man on first down. It's complete to the left. Tackled after picking up the first down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. To the air on first down. Got his man on the right. Just broke the tackle and still on his feet. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. They built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
Keeps it himself and gets the first. He's finally stopped, but a big play there with his feet as he moves those sticks. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. And here on second down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. And he'll boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. It's good. And that will extend their lead even further. That late-in-the-half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. throwing on first down. Makes his connection. And he make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Ready to start the second half. Alabama will kick it off. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half. So now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
And it's just so hard. You watch this team on tape week after week after week, and there's just not a lot of space. What great backs, not good backs, and not a lot of offenses having a lot of success. You got to be creative. You got to find ways to get on the perimeter, and more importantly, you better be ready to throw the football.
At the 35, he's open. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44.
He can throw it. He can buy time. He can run it. What can't he do? This guy's so talented. When he does stuff like this, there's no way to stop it. There's no way to coach a defense up against this. He's just really fast, and I can't catch him.
LSU with the 1st and 10 here. Now they're going to throw it. Quick completion on the out. Across the 25, he's got room. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. LSU quick to the line. Comes out throwing on first down. And it's incomplete. He was looking to the end zone and trying to get 6. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Looking to throw on second down. And he got a hand on it to knock it down in the end zone. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. They'll immediately call timeout. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He makes a grab and stampeding through the defense. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their 1st of the half. Ball is spotted at the 2. They can get a first down without getting a touchdown. They'll go for it here on 4th and short. Incomplete pass, and the defense comes up big, and they take over.
So many factors go into making the big play in the big moment, calling the right play, getting protection. You got it all dialed up. Drops the ball right in his hands.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. And when your defense is performing like this, pitching a shutout, you want to find a way to reward them and help them out a little bit, David.
And I guess that's the upside for this offense. Their defense has been so good, but man, oh man, they've got to find something, Jesse, that they can hang their hat on, something they can do to move the football.
It just feels like at this point, they kick one more field goal and this is ball game because of how well their defense is playing. So I think offensively, just don't do anything stupid and give the game away.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Complete. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get into the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
A couple of yards shy of the first down marker, but they've decided this is 4-down territory. The offense still on the field. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On 4th down, looking to pass. Finds his man enough for the first. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down. The definition of 4-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere, just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what the...
Fires and picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. He'll finally go out of bounds, but he was showing off all the skills after that interception. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. A really disappointing end of that last drive, David. Getting stopped on 4th and goal, they'll try to regroup.
And I think I'm preaching to my squad right now. Listen, we drove the ball down the field. We didn't just punch it in. Let's put another drive together, Jesse, and this time, let's get some points.
You're right, because there were a lot of positives on that last one. They did a lot of things really well. They've just got to do a better job finishing.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8, pocket starts to collapse. And that pass intercepted. He'll try to take it back. Past the 30. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
Not only did they get the interception, but they're able to get a huge return. Remember, this team practices this all week, right? Once they get the interception, they've got guys trimming their heads, and they're looking for blocks. They're looking for people to get a hat on down the field. And with that INT, they now flip it. That could be a big point swing in this game.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. The freshman just a little too much on that one.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense, or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense is really bad.
Just outside the red zone at the 21, but it's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Touchdown, Crimson Tide! Made the snag and strolled his way into the end zone. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Trailing now by 17, David, this is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up.
Trying to get behind the defense. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on 1st down.
Well, this passing attack was on fire last week. Quarterback threw multiple TDs, but they got brought back down to earth very quick in the first half of this game. So here they are now early in the 3rd quarter. They're trying to get some of that mojo back, taking a shot. I like the aggressiveness.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Pulls and throws off the RPO.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Tough sliding in there. Picks up a couple, but still needs 2 more on 4th down. Off the RPO. Throw to the right, looking for the first. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the 1st down.
Well, I think the experience on offense was a big reason why the head coach felt confident going for it there on 4th down. He has a lot of guys that have played a lot of snaps. They've been in these big game moments before, ice in their veins. And you saw it there on that completion to keep the sticks moving.
And he's going to lose yardage. He was looking everywhere for just a little grass and a little air, and none to be found. Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Works the middle of the field. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. On third down, he drops to throw. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Got it past the marker. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
Nice execution by the offense on third down, understanding what they had to do to get the first down, pass complete, move the sticks, new set of downs.
And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. Got room on the return. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing it. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always, always remember your first interception.
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Wide out in motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's third and goal. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. Fourth and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
Now on fourth down, they'll settle for a field goal try. Field goal is good. And now the lead is extended a little further. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. NC State looks like a bunch of world beaters right now, marching all over that field at will. They're up by 16 over Jacksonville State. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Coming after it. He wants to go deep. Makes the grab on the left side. Nothing but green ahead. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, LSU!
What a massive play for the offense. And sometimes when you're calling it deep in your own end, you're expecting man coverage or at least a one-on-one to the outside of the field, and that's what they had. The quarterback put air under it. The receiver shows off his speed. They make the catch, and it's not just a big first down. It's a touchdown. That is a momentum-changing play.
Here comes that Alabama offense. Had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
They'll run it from the gun. And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the first down.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff, where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Already, it's completely changed the game. Like now it's 11-on-11 football. The quarterback used to hand it off, and and stand there and watch the play. Now he's very much involved in the play. He's running the football so much, and even when he's not, he's making somebody go with him and cover him. So the quarterback scrambling, the quarterback running has completely changed the way people play defense.
They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Quarterback will audible. Trying to surprise him with the pass. He makes the connection. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
An outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now late in the game, you got the lead. That first down now tells me now it's time to start running the football, run the clock, get out of here with it done.
Maybe a little frustrated after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10 from the 38. Snap it to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, the defense finally able to make a play, getting a tackle for loss. They haven't had many of those today because this running back really has answered the bell. They knew coming in they were going to have to give him the football, force feed it to him, and let him go to work. He's done that. Well over 100 yards rushing in this game. The defense just has not had the answers consistently for him.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Well, you're up by 2 possessions in the 4th quarter. They're hoping with that conversion they ice the game. They don't get it. It feels like they're going to win, but we've seen crazy things happen in college football, and they've left the door open here late. Let's see what happens.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. And as he throws, another interception. That's his 4th of the day. What a nice play on the pick. Didn't find much running room. They'll let it slide. They've got it at the 29. Now this offense is back on the field. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
In football, you hear the term quick but don't hurt. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate in his pass.
Running back searching for a hole. We reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. On 1st and 10, trying to strike from the 15. He wants to throw. Makes the catch. Takes it to the house. Touchdown time. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point right down the boulevard is there now, up 20 in the 4th. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish it up with a 15-yard scoring toss. Fair catch called for and made. Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. The deficit is large, hope is fainting, but they'll try to finish strong.
Made a lot of mistakes in this game, and that's why it looks like they're going to take the L. Lots of things to improve on, lots of things to coach upon, and at this point, I think if you're a head coach, David, you're just trying to see which of your guys aren't quitting late.
Yeah, which is a real thing, by the way. Who's going to compete to the final whistle? What are we talking?
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. He's got it inside the 30. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
LSU, number 3, catch and score.
He'll try to tack on one more. Right down the middle. They wasted no time on that drive. Got it on their 25, and 2 plays later, they're in the end zone. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll call for the fair catch here. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They'll throw it on first down. Fires to the wideout. This will be picked off. Maybe just the turning point they needed. Oh, you could just feel it. He wanted to make that a big return, but his offense will come out and take over at the 44.
Well, there's no quit in this defense, I'll give them that. Obviously, they're trailing here late in the game. It seems like the opponent's going to win, but still, they've got guys out there playing the way they're coached to play. They're playing with outstanding effort, trying to make plays to claw their team back in the game.
He's looking to throw it. He's got his man. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down. Looking to move it through the air. Unloads to the wideout. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
You know, I feel for this offense, if they're going to get back in the game, I don't know if they're going to be able to do it with chunk plays. They're going to have to be methodical and generate some first downs and march down the field.
After the misconnection, it's second down. He's looking to throw. It's complete on the right side. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. He'll throw on third down. Makes the grab on the left. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the first down, you get out of bounds, you're working the perimeter of the field. That is
grabbed in the end zone for a touchdown, and there's still a hill to climb, but they are still fighting, staggering, stumbling, but still upright and not finished yet. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. Just over 50 seconds to go. They're trying to pull off a comeback, and they'll need to get this onside kick to do it. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
This quarterback happy enough to take a knee and head to the locker room, but the defense still does have a couple of timeouts if they want to use them. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. And the quarterback takes a knee. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. They'll throw it on first down. Extending the play. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And that is his 5th interception. If he comes out to try for 6, he'll be lucky. And with that turnover, we come to the close of this game. It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is the rivalry you put a lot of stock in all offseason. You're talking about this game in particular. You go out and get the dub. It's a relief because you definitely wanted this team.
And it's bragging rights for everybody, for the coaching staff, for the fans, but how about for the players as well? For another 365 days, you can talk about how you went out, you dominated, and you beat your rival. A lot of these guys are going to go on to the NFL. They'll be in locker rooms next year. They'll be talking about this for a long time.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.